This is my book. This is it right here. There you go. Focus on what's important. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? This is my book. And it also sort of, okay, so it's in the blue family. It works. But here is the deal. So we are coming down to the last tip on having a strong relationship. Is our last tip. And in here, because I wrote all this down during this road trip that the hubs and I took, is have faith. That is number 7. Let's talk about faith really quick, because I was raised in the Christian faith. I am non-denominational, and it was years ago as a teenager that I walked away from organized religion. So when I share my thoughts on faith and spirituality, it does not include organized religion. I don't do it. If you ask me about it, I'm going to tell you I don't subscribe to it. Do whatever is best for you. But understand that I don't do it. And let me tell you why really quick, because people are always asking me, like, are you people have said, are you a faith? And I thought, well, what does that mean? Because when you see me, you see my faith, you see my spirituality in action. That's it. I don't know anything other than. So, But people have used code language like, are you faith-based? And I thought, well, what does that mean exactly? Right? Is it only that when things are going good, you're praising the good Lord, and when things are bad, you're like, whatever? I don't know. But I'm not the one for organized religion, because traditionally, from what I have experienced, organized religion tends to promote power over versus power with. If you look at any religion right here, right now, women don't have a space. Women are still seen and spoken of as we are property. We are here to serve others, nothing else. We are here to bear children, nothing else. It is power over somebody. And for me, being the logical Virgo that I am, you can't tell me that the good Lord put me here, gave me a message, and you, man, are telling me that I have no place to share that message in your church. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. Now, my mother was treated that way. My mother is a retired ordained minister. When she was leading the women's Bible study, the children's Bible study at our house, it was great. But then they got kind of funny about it. Like, I watched the church we attended move away from real community teaching and growing in faith, believing in the Lord, to moving towards the prosperity teaching, where they wanted to know what car you drove, what was your annual household income, what was your highest level of education attained, like all this ridiculous stuff has nothing to do with serving the good Lord. Not a damn thing. And so I watched them bully her. Okay, take it back. They tried it. They tried to tell my mother what she could and couldn't do in her house, which does not work for that woman. Like, you ask how I got the spirit I have? Yeah, my mama. So it didn't work. And so that was when, as a teenager, a preteen, I started looking and saying, I don't understand this. Couple that with all the stuff from Jimmy Swaggart and the Bakers and every other person who was stealing from people blind and using the good Lord to do it. I was like, okay, so even I got caught up that people start following a man, even a woman, because Tammy Faye did her part, and they lose their relationship with God. If that's what you believe in. Now, whatever your higher power is, have at it. That is not the discussion. But in relationships, my best advice is your values should be aligned when it comes to faith. My husband was never a Bible thumper. He too was raised in the church, as they in the church. He was raised that way as well. And then I believe every preteen, every teenager gets to a place of, this doesn't quite make sense to me. Now, for some people, they go all in. And I think it's great. If you believe that it is your mission to serve another person, wait on them hand and foot, hey, chick, have at it. I don't really care. I don't care. To each his own, right? Freedom of speech, thought, all those things. You pick your circle. That life was never meant for me. And I never even subscribed to it. As a kid, I was like, no. Gwendolyn will never live that life. So I am extremely spiritual. When I go places, and I've had this comment shared with me, that they're like, there's something about your spirit, like something about you that just is warming, inviting, and we start talking about X, Y, and Z. And then they say, well, what church do you go to? Okay, check it. I am the church. Church is not some building that you just go in every Sunday and sit down and pretend to be something you are not, and then you leave and go back to your bullshit the next day. That ain't it. You should be representing whatever your faith is at all times. All times. So this is not it's Sunday, let me do this. And then the moment I walk out of that building, I go back to some foolishness. That is not it. That's not it. You are seeing my faith in real time. You're experiencing that because that's real. So you and your partner, your values should, and I hate using the word should, but they should align. Because when they don't, it's going to cause friction. At some point, you have to discuss those kinds of things. Because if you, let's say you are part of a relationship where you want to have kids, and you two have two different faiths, how does that work? Right? Like, what's the message being sent? My father, when I was 5 and 6 and 7, he would go to church with us. He was there. And then at a certain point, he was like, yeah, not so much. You just stopped going. I was like, well, how come he ain't got to go? Like I don't say like, well, I got to go and he ain't got to go. Right? But again, as a preteen, we get to a place of, okay, so now I don't want to go because I don't believe in what they're sharing. I don't believe in their version of Christianity. I don't. And so you have to find your relationship with your faith, your spirituality, whatever higher power you serve or believe in. You have to make your own relationship and your own decisions on that. And for some people, it's a family thing and they just keep doing whatever the family did. But you have to ask yourself, are those your values? Are those your true blue black sheep values? Or was it given to you by your mother, father, grandfather, whomever? We've always done this way. Okay, well, that's great, but maybe it shouldn't be done that way. Maybe that's not how it should be. In regards to relationships, that part needs to be decided. So when my husband and I got together, we had a couple of conversations. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't believe in that. I'm not putting no tree up. I'm not doing none of that. No. I don't celebrate Easter. No. I do, however, observe a Passover Seder. I do that. So we don't do the holiday thing. Like I'm going to do Juneteenth. Yeah, I'm going to do Juneteenth. Yeah. July 4th, not so much. I don't do July 4th, no. But he and I had a conversation about it. And so he was like, okay, this is where we're in alignment because I don't celebrate Christmas. Do we purchase gifts for our grandkids? Yes. We purchase gifts for a lot of people throughout the year. We do not wait until the end of the year in December to do that. That is a no. we do stuff throughout the year. Say, hey, I saw this, I thought of you, there you go. Just because. So we're more the just because people, not the, oh, it's Christmas, let me go out and, no. So you and your partner have to define what your faith is as a couple, right? What that looks like. If you're in alignment, you got nothing to worry about. Because he did ask me, he's like, do you belong to a church? I said, no. Have I visited a few churches in the DFW area? Yes, I can tell you right now. Hold up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 churches within a quarter-mile radius of me. 6. 6. God bless it. Whew. So yeah, I have attempted, but when I get in there, the messaging, they blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so no. I have advised my friends don't even bother inviting me because I'm not doing it. If they're not really teaching something, I have no desire. No. So you have to find the person to lead you. That's your deal. But in terms of this topic, it would be best if you and your partner were on the same page when it comes to faith and spirituality. If that means somebody has to convert to a religion, then that may be what you guys have to do. But those things should be discussed. Now, let me just say this really quick, because that's like romantic love. In regards to familial love, it's kind of funny. I know some of my family members still celebrate Easter. My sister, whatnot, still celebrate Christmas. I'm a happy holidays person. Do I say anything about them for doing it? No, because that's their household and they have every right to do what is best for them. It does not impact me. Do whatever you want to. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. So just make that known. If you have a family member or someone who is giving you the BS for doing something different, then you may want to go back to square one and say, hey, is this even worth it? Like, do you need to be in my life? I don't know. I know it sounds awful. It's not awful. It's not. It's just not. So with all of that, you now have the 7, at least my 7 tips for a stronger relationship. 1, define relationship. Figure that out. 2, start with yourself. Like, you got to know who you are before you do anything else. And then work on that communication, because you have to be able to hear each other. And hearing somebody is more than just the verbal words that you hear. It's the facial expressions. It's the choice of words. It's the body language. It's all of it. Like, really hear and see somebody. And then have that trust. Without the trust, we got problems. We have mad problems. But don't lose yourself in the relationship. That person that you're with, they are there to compliment you. And that includes, again, family members too. Just because you're blood doesn't mean that they get to, there's no shortcuts here. You still have to build a relationship. But there's got to be some trust there. But don't lose yourself in it. Continue to grow as an individual. And sometimes as you're evolving, you may outgrow someone. That happens. We don't want it to, but it happens. But then also grow together. Now my siblings and I, when we were kids, I don't know, it's kind of fun when we were kids. But now that we're adults, we're in different places. We are closer now as adults than we were as kids. And we were always kind of close anyway, but we are definitely close now. I mean, there was a period like in my my mid-20s, early 30s, where we were hanging out together, going out together, just doing sibling things together, just going on the town, because we could do it together. And even now as adults in our 40s, I think we're all there. Let me say, hold up, 40 now. Okay, yeah, so we're all in our 40s now. We are still doing things together and having a good time and joking. I mean, it's just, but you have to work at that. There were some moments that my brother, yeah, man, I had to think about it. It's like, look, you're not gonna make it. But if you really want a relationship and you really believe it's worth the work, then you will work towards a stronger relationship. You will do the work to have it. But then more importantly, make sure your values are aligned and have faith. There you go. There it is. Thank you for watching this series. We'll be back with some other stuff because I have more road trips planned. All the ideas come during the road trips. But until then, I'll see you guys.